How to go from begging for justice and economic power to getting the peace of mind that comes with food, cover, legal, insurance, and financial protection with the Checkmate Justice Program. Hello, my name is Jamaal Carlos Johnson Sr. I'm a financial planner and consultant, licensed in real estate for over a decade and financial services as a life and health insurance firm broker and owner. For years, I was a real estate salesperson, and anyone that's familiar with being a real estate salesperson can relate to the fact that it can be a volatile business. When your income is unpredictable, it's hard to make plans. That's why during those years, I always used to keep a chair in a hair salon to subsidize my income. I was a licensed hair industry professional for over 20 years. As a barber and stylist, I always ended up meeting people from all different walks of life. At the end of the day, we all want to protect our loved ones from harm, find a sense of financial security, and leave a legacy for the ones we care about. Many of my old co-workers used to express to me how they shared my feelings of hopelessness and wondering if we'd end up with too much month at the end of our money. This being a common theme, I sought out a solution. In this webinar, we're going to talk about the solutions. A 4-tiered program for peace of mind, food, legal protection, insurance, and financial protection for you, your family, and our people as a whole. This is a great approach going forward for the justice we seek. Justice. Just behavior or treatment. A concern for justice, peace, and genuine respect for people. I appealed to his sense of justice. Okay, before we start off, this is not some whitewashed version of justice that we're seeking. We need real economic justice. We need real legal justice. We need sense of security and leaving a legacy to our family. This is how we get it.
Has said up to now, only the garbage men have been feeling pain. Now we must kind of redistribute the pain.
It's hard to turn on the TV these days and not be outraged and enraged by some new camera phone footage of encounters between urban civilians and the police. Now, I would say black civilians, but lately there have been people from all ethnicities to become victims of brutality at the hands of people who they pay taxes daily for protection and service. I mean, think about that. We actually pay the police a salary to treat us this way. Whether you own a successful business and pay taxes in lump sums, or if you go to the corner store and buy a candy bar, you're still fully expected and required to give Caesar what is Caesar's. And what do you get for your money? On the surface, sure, you're given some sense of security against mayhem. You also have a sense of security against fires. Now, fire departments as a whole are courage centers and do a great job for the community. You're also supposed to get representation in government for your tax dollars. In addition to that, you get your streets paved, public housing, buses, bridges reinforced and built. But something is wrong. After a more in-depth look at the difference between incarceration rates for different types of Americans, it may occur to you that so-called minorities are 2.5 times more likely to be in prison than whites for the same crimes. But you already knew that. Out of this need and frustration, we constructed the Checkmate Justice Program. Have you ever gone to the grocery store with an empty stomach? If you have, then you can probably appreciate the fact that people who are hungry often make bad decisions. I'm sure that if you tried grocery shopping while you were hungry, you probably made some unhealthy and unwise buying decisions. We've always heard that you don't go to the grocery store on an empty stomach for this exact reason. The fact that you're hungry makes everything appealing to you. It looks like a buffet. When you get to the register or later at the doctor, that's the sobering moment when you have to pay the price for your hunger. It's just like that in the streets. Just to feed their family, people have hurt others, robbed, stolen, deceived, and killed one another. Young women have made decisions to exhibit their bodies and in some cases sell their bodies just to feed themselves and their children. A lot of poor decisions are made by our people daily, just to eat. In coalition with the 10,000 Fearless Initiative and the Atlanta Food Bank, we offer the Food Pantry. This outreach community program is simply an attempt to serve our people and thwart the construction of any sinister schemes that are based off of hunger.
Continue to work as a community effort that we're doing in the community. And that's why the sign said God is in the blood.
Already operating in the Bluff, this program has garnered praise from numerous publications and even the City of Atlanta Police Department and beautified homes surrounding the headquarters. The intrinsic value of pride of ownership and pride in community has already lifted the morale of the citizens in the area. This area was once amongst the highest of problem areas in the resurgence of heroin use in America. Now drug use in the area and crime has plummeted. Spearheaded by Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad from the Nation of Islam in coalition with Christian Minister Reverend Timothy McDonald and overseen by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, it's already making the difference in the lives of the citizens in the community.
That's our 24-hour food bank right there. Feed the needs of the community 24 hours. Nice.
The 10,000 Fearless Food Program in association with the Atlanta Food Bank. Check. Blackout boycott. Redistributing the pain. Reverend Martin Luther King emphasized the need to withdraw economic support from those who don't support our causes and our fight for justice. A few minutes before he told you about his journey to the mountaintop and the vision from that vantage point, he gave out specific instructions. One of the instructions was to take your money out of their banks and to put it into black-owned banks. We see this happening recently in the aftermath of police shootings. He also discussed boycotting companies like Seal Test Ice Cream and Coca-Cola for their unwillingness to support the civil rights campaign. There was a lot of fear in the aftermath of that speech because it reminded them of the economic pain that Montgomery had experienced from the bus boycott a few years earlier. Martin Luther King was shot dead within 24 hours of giving that speech. So, was he trying to tell us something? Were we so distracted by him becoming a martyr for justice that we forgot the most important parts of the speech? The time is now to reconsider the instructions left by that man and take full advantage of the wisdom that is with us currently in the person of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for insight and guidance and the justice we seek.
We are here in a supermarket in Lower Manhattan testing out Buycott, which is a new app for Android and iPhone that allows you to scan the barcode on any item in a supermarket aisle. And thanks to a very clever developer in California, 26-year-old Ivan Pardo, if there are companies, causes, corporations that you're not interested in supporting, you can find out where your money is going and then decide to buy something else. One of the campaigns trending on Buycott, meaning a lot of users are joining it, is Avoid Coke Industries. People don't want to support Charles and David Koch. They are billionaire industrialist brothers who have given traditionally over the years a lot to right-wing candidates and causes. There are a lot of products, day-to-day products that you might not be aware of that are tied to Charles and David Koch, and this as well as Avoid Coke Industries. Another campaign that I've joined on Buycott to test it out is Demand GMO Labeling. Now, what this does is focuses on any company that has donated more than $150,000 to oppose GMO labeling in California. So in order to shop in any supermarket, you might have a bit of trouble if you're avoiding all these companies, but let's give it a go and see how it works. We'll go for some Diet Pepsi. There, it kind of buzzes when it's scanning. Now it's telling me I cannot buy Diet Pepsi because I'm avoiding this company and it's telling me that PepsiCo donated over $2 million to No on Prop 37. So right while I'm in the aisle, I have all the information I could possibly want on PepsiCo, what they're doing. I could even call them if I'm really irate, tweet them, their headquarters if I want to go march on it. I could share this information and then I can see the family tree. There's a lot of PepsiCo products that I'm going to have to avoid, like Gatorade and Ocean Spray and Dole. I mean, all these everyday foods that are associated with this one company that has, lobbied hard against GMO labeling. This is companies who've either donated to pro-equal rights causes or come out publicly in support of equal rights. And it's telling me I'm supporting this company because and it's early on, so we shall see if it has any impact on these companies' bottom line.
The blackout boycott and the 10,000 Fearless Food Program. Check.
The legal profession is the backbone of the society, and in my opinion, lawyers are the keepers of the gate. We help ensure justice and fairness for all people.
Having a law degree enables you to pursue many, many careers.
It's important that black lawyers become involved in the struggle for justice.
Urgent Legal. Urgent Legal Services is one of Atlanta's top legal consulting firms that focuses on helping the people in the community by connecting them to paid legal representation for any criminal or civil legal issue, or a certified doctor for car accidents or personal injury accidents. With a network of attorneys with lower retainer fees, bond companies who accept lower bail amounts, and financing for legal fees. More than 1/3 of Urgent Legal's affiliate commissions from referred cases will go to 10,000 Fearless to continue to support its initiative when new clients use promo code 10K. Urgent ID. One of the main gripes that we hear about our encounters with police is that if we had been a little more respectful of the authority, then maybe we would have received better treatment. Enter Urgent ID. Urgent ID is a complete 101 system with the intention of educating our people, young and old alike, on how to encounter the police. Some examples of instruction include how to greet an officer of the law, how many people you should restrict your young person's vehicle to, how to have your ID, registration, and insurance information on hand by the time the police officer approaches your vehicle, and many more. At the completion of the Urgent ID urban training, attendees receive a decal for their rear bumper. This decal, much like a Masonic sticker or police sticker, conveys a message to the officer that this young person poses no threat and has gone through an intense education on how to make this encounter one that all parties can return from unscathed. Urgent Legal, Urgent ID, Blackout Boycott, and the 10,000 Fearless Food Program. Check.
I call upon you to take your money out of the banks downtown and deposit your money in Tri-State Bank. We want a bank-in movement in Memphis. Go by the Savings and Loan Association. I'm not asking you something that we don't do ourselves in SCLC. Judge Hooks and others will tell you that we have an account here in the Savings and Loan Association from the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. We are telling you to follow what we are doing. Put your money there.
Was Martin Luther King giving us the blueprint for justice in his final speech?
You have 6 or 7 black insurance companies here in the city of Memphis. Take out your insurance there. We want to have an insurance in. these are some practical things that we can do. We begin the process of building a greater economic base, and at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. And I ask you to follow through here.
Black life matters. Make your life matter with life insurance. Question: if every urban child had a 6-figure life insurance policy, do you think we have to bargain and attempt to convince others that our families' lives matter? You know about income tax code 7702? If not, let me tell you how it works. Code 7702 is simply a tax code. It makes monies from a life insurance policy tax-free. These monies cannot be seized by creditors, debt collectors, estate, probate, or inheritance taxes. These shelters and our use of this tax code are imperative to any generational wealth building system. The proceeds of a life insurance policy go to a person's family within days of their passing. To win this race, we're going to have to think ahead. We have to take on the mind of a forester. Foresters think at least 40 years into the future. Let's get into the products that can leave a legacy for generations to come.
This is you. Your life has significant value to your family and your community. How do you replace that value if you're not around? Life insurance can help protect your financial worth and make sure that your family continues to thrive after you're gone. You have two options. Permanent insurance provides you lifetime protection. That means for your entire life. Whenever you die, no matter when it is, your family will receive a death benefit. Term insurance provides coverage for a specific period of time. If you die while the term insurance is in force, your family will receive a death benefit. If you die after the term is ended, then there's no benefit paid. So how do you decide which option is suitable for you? In some ways, it may be easiest to compare the two types of insurance to renting or owning a home. When you rent a home, you pay an established amount every month to live there until your lease is up. At the point the lease ends, you have the choice to renew for another contract period, at which time the price you pay may increase. The money you spend in rent is less than the cost of owning a house, but it does not build equity for the future. Term insurance is similar to renting. You pay a premium based on your contract, and once that contract is up, you no longer have access to the benefit. When you purchase a home with a mortgage, you agree to pay a monthly fee for the lifetime of your loan. Your mortgage payments can build equity in your home over time, and when you've paid the mortgage off, the property is yours. Permanent insurance is similar to buying a home. You sign a contract to purchase the benefit, and you pay a fixed premium for the life of the contract. As long as you pay your premiums, you own the benefit for life. If you have a permanent policy, you can accumulate cash value over the course of the contract. The good news is that you don't have to choose one or the other. If appropriate, term insurance and whole life insurance can be used in tandem to protect you through the stages of life.
We're going to talk about a few quick and convenient options for legacy building. A new affordable term insurance product called Speed of Life that gets our people covered up to $1 million in about a day with an optional exam. A wealth building concept, the Index Universal Life Policy permanent product with tax-free cash accumulation and a 0% floor, and a combination of both. Hey guys, dropping in on you to let you know we're all excited about the launch of our newest term product, Speed of Life, from one of the oldest and highest rated carriage carriers, Fidelity Life, with minimum coverage starting at $50,000 and death benefits all the way up to $1 million, with no paramedical exam necessary, and decisions for clients in as little as 10 minutes. So yep, we can offer Fidelity's preferred rates, and sometimes without the client ever needing to complete a paramedical exam. So no more 30-page applications that could take 90 days to get issued. So don't slow down your world. Instead, get the insurance you need at the speed of your life. And finally, products for the wealth builders amongst us. Build wealth and enjoy the living benefits of a permanent insurance policy. Imagine your money growing and compounding in a tax-free cash account. Enjoy the gains in good years and never lose money in the bad years with a 0% floor. Get free college points for your loved ones, accepted at over 350 universities nationwide. 1 point equals $1. 2,000 free points for every year that you own your policy. Policy paying you through yearly tax-free 0% loans in retirement years. Use the cash value to finance personal or business purchases and recapture interest over a lifetime.
Wouldn't it be great if financial vulnerability was just a game? Your family wouldn't have to worry about things like a premature death or a financial emergency. Even college tuition or retirement expenses. Any of these can put your loved one's financial well-being in doubt. So how can you protect your family against these types of financial challenges? Here's one way. Allianz Life Pro Plus Fixed Index Universal Life Insurance Policy. Allianz Life Pro Plus gives you 3 kinds of protection. First, it helps protect your family from the financial impact of a premature death. The policy's death benefit is income tax-free and can provide for your family's immediate and longer-term needs, such as income replacement, supplemental college funding, even paying down your mortgage and other debts. And that brings us to the second kind of protection. Allianz Life Pro Plus protects your accumulation potential. The cash value of your policy has the potential to accumulate over time based on the crediting method and performance of an external market index. Because your cash value is not actually invested in the market, it can never be lost due to drops in the market. Any cash value accumulates tax-deferred too. That leaves more cash value in the policy for more potential accumulation. But you can also access any available cash value through loans and withdrawals from your policy as long as it remains in force. These loans and withdrawals may be income tax-free and can be used for a variety of things like financial emergencies, supplemental college funding, even supplementing your retirement income. How you fund the policy will affect how the loans are taxed. That brings us to the third protection, policy riders. Allianz Life Pro Plus includes a rider that lets you access a portion of your death benefit if you become terminally ill. And there are optional riders to address other concerns, including chronic illness and additional term coverage should you need it. Optional riders are available at an additional cost, either when the policy is purchased or when the rider is used. Yes, it would be great if financial vulnerability was a game, but it's a reality we all face, and that's why we offer protection for your family, protection for your accumulation potential, and additional protection through riders, all with one policy, Allianz Life Pro Plus. From a company that's helped more than 3 million people as they seek to achieve their financial and retirement goals. Talk to your financial professional about how Allianz Life Pro Plus could fit into your overall financial strategy.
Life insurance has been used in America for centuries now to accumulate wealth. At different times in our plight in America, we've been shut out of the life insurance game for cash accumulation and the tax-free transfer of wealth. When a person passes on from this life, their worldly possessions are frozen and put into the probate process. That process can take years, and sometimes that's the only money in the family, and the loved ones have to resort to barbecues, car washes, t-shirt sales, and crowdsourcing efforts like GoFundMe campaigns just to handle final expenses. But be clear, GoFundMe is not life insurance. Yeah, it's time we handle our business. So, black-owned banks and insurance companies for generational wealth building and tax-free cash accumulation. Urgent legal and urgent ID for the information and legal protection that we need. Blackout boycott to make sure we're not spending our hard-earned monies with our enemies. And the 10,000 Fearless Food Program to make sure we're not making bad decisions based off of hunger. Yeah. Checkmate. So that's how you go from begging for justice and economic power to getting the peace of mind that comes with food, cover, legal, insurance, and financial protection with the Checkmate Justice Program. And if you're really serious about justice, get in touch with the person who got you this information. We got some nation building to do.